What would you do to change the view of MPs being no more than self-serving posh boys? I do think that they need to be a little bit more in tune with the wider society. You know, I think that they do get caught up in a bubble, and you know, I'd see myself as a very normal, middle of the road type of person. Even I feel that they're not on my wavelength.
Number one thing that we got to do to bring the nation back together, whatever background we may come from, is to show that we're serving the people and not ourselves by getting Brexit over the line.
And what do you think is the most important issue facing the country?
It is Brexit. You know, you got to take one issue at a time. I actually think if they work together as a team, if you could merge the two of them together, I think they might have a chance. I genuinely believe that you need, from what I've seen, Jeremy's kind of attitude and his approach, but you need Boris in the room to get everyone together, and he makes the whole room laugh here. And I think he'd do the same and get everyone on board over there as well.
I like the way Jeremy is talking now.
Good,
I like the new spirit of optimism.
Join my cabinet, Boris.
Share it. You know, they seem to be getting on so well. Why not just share it and off they go?
And how important do you think charisma is in the role of Prime Minister?
Both of them gave very good answers to that question, but it was from that and the answer that sort of made me sort of favour Jeremy tonight.
I think it is very important. The question is, what is charisma? And charisma is optimism, but it is optimism based on the confidence of being someone who has a plan, who can deliver those plans and can lead people so that they come behind you and help you execute those plans.
I would say that I came in as a Boris sort of fan, but having sort of listened to both, I think they both gave good performances, but I think Jeremy just he gave a bit more, filled me with a bit more confidence.
Who do you think would make the best Prime Minister for Sun readers?
For the Sun readers, Boris would make the best. He'd sort of make the most headlines. I think both of them would do a good job, and I'd be happy to see either of them in the role.
In the event that your deal cannot get through, would you rather a second referendum or a general election?
I think they both did very well, actually, and much better than I thought that they were going to do. I think seeing them in person is it's a much different atmosphere to seeing them kind of like through the lens of Twitter or whatever.
I don't want either a second referendum or a general election, but I think that what will increase the risk of a general election, and indeed increase the risk of a Corbyn government, is if we continually kick the can down the road.
What was the policy that you're most impressed with this evening?
Housing, definitely housing, despite the fact that I'm in quite a decent job, despite the fact that I've really worked very, very hard on my education. I really, really care about my career. You know, I've worked really hard, and I'm not going to get into the housing ladder.
Housing is ridiculously expensive, and for young people like myself, owning property seems next to impossible, let alone being able to afford rent. What are your plans for solving this looming and extremely important issue?
To be quite honest, I thought Jeremy Hunt's answer was much more better. I think maybe because it had a personal touch to it.
I bought my first flat when I think I was 29, in Barons Court, West London. It's a great moment, but I actually found some statistics that showed that since then, that was 30 years ago, or nearly 30 years ago, the incomes of people in their 20s has gone up by about 20%. House prices have gone up by nearly 3 times. It has become massively harder for your generation to buy a house than for ours.
How likely is a trade deal with the US once we have left the EU with all the demands the US will put on us?
I was going into it thinking Boris was the superior, but actually I thought Hunt spoke really well.
I don't think it's something that we will be able to do incredibly quickly. Trump is a very shrewd and tough negotiator, but and I think Boris has also said this. I think this is something we should go for as quickly as we can, and it will help us get the trade deal we need with Europe.
And so I still haven't voted yet, so I actually, I was like, I'm going to come out tonight, it's going to make up my mind for me. Actually, I thought Hunt spoke really well, and I don't know, I really honestly don't know.
So you're more confused now?
Yeah, definitely.